this is on some level and I guess, Biden's just a puppet. Biden's a puppet seems to be one of the themes that they are pushing that came out of there's two things. There's two like sort of competing themes. One is Biden's a puppet. And the other, and maybe this isn't so competing, is that Biden is so weak and such a puppet that he's going to allow all this mayhem to exist in the streets. But during the RNC, it also felt like what they were trying to do was to give license to Republican women in the suburbs to vote for Donald Trump.
Exactly.
Right? Like, and here's proof. They say I'm a racist, but look, I just pardoned a black guy.
Right.
And they say I hate immigrants. I just did a naturalization ceremony.
To show that there were all these people on stage that were essentially trying to show the human side of Donald Trump. The problem is, at the end, Donald Trump had to speak, and he just can't resist. He just can't resist being inhumane and lacking empathy. And so it's not that necessarily they need to win all of the women of like the margins right now. I think, or at least last week, it was Biden was up by 15% with women, where he needed to be. It's that they need to win a chunk of it. They need to bring back a few of the Republican women who might be, disgusted by how Trump has treated basically everybody. So, they insulated him with these narratives.
Yes, and I think even like when Ivanka came out and said, well, he's how my dad is. He flies off, but he does good things. I mean, that was basically the way that they were trying to sort of like build in the critique before he comes out and speaks. Mm-hmm. They basically just say like, don't listen to what he says, listen to what he means. That it's that type of thing. But here is Donald Trump talking to Laura Ingraham, and he is incapable of getting strategy without sort of like just revealing it all. Where's the thing where he starts talking to Ingraham about the women? They say the women. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, yeah, this is clip number 8, is it? I think, right?
But are the suburbs in danger? Because they say that's fear-mongering on the part of Republicans.
I know the suburbs. Look, Westchester was ground zero, okay, for what they were trying to do. What? They were trying to destroy the suburban, beautiful place, the American dream, really. They want low-income housing, and with that comes a lot of other problems, including crime. May not be nice to say, but I'll say it.
You're not saying all poor people are criminals, though.
No, I'm not saying that at all, but there is a level of violence that you don't see. So you have this beautiful community in the suburbs, including women, right? Women, they want security. I ended where they build low-income housing project right in the middle of your neighborhood. I ended it. If Biden gets in, he already said it's going to go at a much higher rate than ever before. And you know who's going to be in charge of it? Cory Booker. That's going to be nice, okay?
What?
So I think that women are going to want, well, for a lot of other reasons, the stock markets will crash. As sure as you're sitting there, your 401ks will go down to a small.
There it is. And now it's also interesting, like, why should people be so afraid of Cory Booker?
Right.
I wonder what he's saying about low-income housing and moving into the suburbs and your neighborhood's going to get ruined. I mean, he's just basically stoking those racial fears, but also so explicitly saying like the women are like, they told me I'm doing poorly with women, so I'm going to say women.
And I'm going to go on Laura Ingraham's show. Oh, I know a woman I like. She's also a Nazi. I don't know if ultimately that's actually like the smartest tactic for them is to put Ivanka on like more mainstream shows like The View or whatever to win over those women, because he's not going to do it because he doesn't know how to exercise any sort of empathy. I think what's really shocking, and I don't know how people digest their income status right now, but when he says low income housing, he clearly means people of color. But with income inequality so stark and with the economy collapsing, there are plenty of people that are Trump voters who may be in low income housing. I wonder if they identify that, if they can connect the dots there. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
he's demonizing, like, especially, in the suburbs. There are plenty of people that may not fall into his target audience of attacking people of color that also live in low-income housing. Because he's still thinking in the 80s. He still doesn't understand we're not living in the same New York as before. So he might be hurting people he needs to turn out and vote, which is like white racists.
I don't think that is going to put off anybody of his coalition. I just don't think that I don't think that he's going to lose those people. I think what drives them is a racial resentment in many respects and a cultural resentment. And, I think there's, and yesterday I was talking about my concerns and, fears that Biden has nothing to sort of like pivot to in this situation when Trump is out there just sort of like, running up the board with this racial resentment. I don't know if it'll be enough for Donald Trump. No. Maybe Biden doesn't need to do any of that.
But in 2016, it was about people who are hurting. Like, it was very much, his message was about working people, the economy. I mean, I know that's the problem he's facing right now, is he's trying to pretend that the economy's fine or was fine before COVID. And so, but he's using terms that I just don't think would have flown, like Bannon, whoever was crafting this in 2016, I don't think they'd let him demonize poor people, because in his mind, poor people are people of color.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. Although I just don't see any evidence that he's losing those people.
Right.
To the extent that he's losing anybody, it's college educated, suburban people. To the extent that he's losing anybody.
Right.
And I don't know that he's going to lose that much, frankly, from 2016. He's picked up Black support and Latino support. I mean, it's not huge, but it doesn't need to be huge.
Doesn't have to be.
And he's picked that up in some fashion. I'm not exactly sure how that happens, but
It's diamond and silk.
What, maybe? I don't know. I really don't know.